Yes, Konkan Railway project. Yes, very good. So we have been now we have been gone through the two transport, railway, road transport and railway. So next we move toward the another important mode of transport. Another important mode of transport. We can say it as the costliest mode of transport also. We can say it as the costliest mode of transport also. So it is none other than air transport. Air transport. Air transport is the fastest mode of transport. Air transport is the fastest mode of transport. It helps to carry people, mail, and lightweight goods from goods to distant places in a shortest time. In a shortest time. In a shortest time, it helps to move from goods from one place to another. So, a fastest mode of transport and the costliest mode of transport. Air transport is great help during the natural calamities, war, and other emergencies. However, it is the costliest mode of transport. It is the costliest mode of transport and not available to each and everyone. Not available to each and everyone. Railway transport. So the first railway facility was begun between the Bangalore and Hyderabad by the Deccan Airways in the year 1946. The first air transport facility was between the Bangalore and Hyderabad by the Deccan Airways in the year 1946. In the year 1940, Indian Airways was nationalized in the year 1953. In the year 1953, Indian Airways was nationalized. After Indian Airways was nationalized, Bangalore was connected with the other parts of the country. With the Indian Airlines, with the air transport. With this air transport. In the year 1996, the state airport of Bangalore was declared as the international airport. In the year 1996, the state airport, which was in the HAL, it was been declared as the international airport. It has been declared as the international airport. Belgavi, Hubli, Mysore, Mangalore have domestic airports. New airports was established in recently. The new airport have been established Hassan and Kalburgi also. The international airport, which was in the HAL, was shifted to Devanhalli. International airport, which was in HAL, in 1996, has been declared international airport. In the HAL, it was shifted to Devanhalli, about 34 kilometers away from Bangalore. On 24th May 2008, the HAL airport. On the 24th May 2008, HAL airport, which was the international airport, it was in the HAL, that was shifted to Devanhalli. HAL airport is now being utilized for the training of pilots and for the domestic purpose. So the airport which has been shifted to Devanhalli. Earlier it was been called as Devanhalli International Airport, but now it has been called as the Kempegowda International Airport. It has been called as the Kempegowda International Airport. And it is the India's first green airport. Remember this question. It is India's first green airport. This airport is well equipped to provide various facilities and is the most modern airport. The Kempegowda International Airport is India's first green airport and it is one of the modern airports. So next, the another mode of transport is the water transport. So this transport, where the water transport is there we have to. Karnataka has inland as well as the sea waterways. So best example for the water transport is, I think hope all have been visited Sigandur. So we are going to Sigandur. Now the bridge, they have been constructing the bridge, but we will travel by the barge. That is one of the best example for the water transport. So the availability of the limited, and so not very significant in transport. Earlier, I mean, inland water transport confirmed in the small rowing boats, dinghies, and in the rafts. Dinghies are. So this water transport is not available in the every way. Where there is a rivers are there, where the rivers are there. So there we can see the water transport. There we can see witness the water transport. So at present, motorboats have come into existence. They used in Udupi, Uttarakhand, and Dakshin Kannada. These districts have Kali, Sharavati, Netravati rivers, which help in the inland water transport. Boats are used for some places to cross the for example, Krishna River, which is Krishna River. With the development of roads and railway transport, the use of water transport has been limited. With the development of road and water transport, with the development of road and railways, the water transport, the use of water transport has been limited or it has been completely reduced itself. Completely reduced itself. So in the water transport, so next here in the water, we'll move to the ports. We'll move to the ports. We'll move to the ports. The coastal place where the ships, coastal place where the ships are sheltered, are called as the ports. The coastal place where the ships shelter. So that place is called as the ports. So ships are used for the fishing. Ships are used for the fishing, trade, passenger travel, and for the transport of goods. And for the transport of goods, ships have been used. For the bulk, to transport the bulk goods from one place to another, it is the cheapest mode to transport it. I think recently, I think 2 years back, central government shifted from Tamil Nadu to Gujarat, shifted the bulk of goods, shifted the bulk of goods with the low cost, and for the from one country to the other country, export and import, you are knowing. So most of the export and import, they have been carried through the ships itself. 95% export and import, they have been carried through the ship itself, because it is the cheapest mode. It is the cheapest mode to carry the bulk of goods. So today in Karnataka, Port Development Authority came into existence in the 1957. Port Development Authority came into existence in the 1957. And there was the expansion of water transport. New Mangalore Port was declared as the 9th major port of Karnataka. New Mangalore Port was declared as the 9th major port of Karnataka on 4th May 1974. Remember this thing. New Mangalore Port was declared as the 9th major port of India. 9th major port of India on 4th May 1974. It was called as the gateway of Karnataka. So it has been called as Mangalore Port. Mangalore Port is called as the gateway of Karnataka. Through this port, iron ore, coffee, spices, cashews, sandalwood, tiles, granite stones, canned fruits, fish have been exported. Petroleum has been imported to our country. Petroleum has been imported. So we get the petrol from the Mangalore itself. And in addition to Mangalore Port, 10 small ports have been developed. In addition to Mangalore Port, 10 small ports have been developed in Karnataka. So these are Old Mangalore Port, Malpe, Hangarkatte, Kundapur, Padubidre, Bhatgad, Honnavur, Tadadi, Bellikeri and Karwar. So of these ports, so these are the other ports of Karnataka. Karwar is the most beautiful port. Karwar is the most beautiful port, and it has been also called as the all-season port. Karwar is called as the all-season port, and it is a natural harbor. It is not man-made; it is a natural harbor. Iron ore, manganese, granite, and agricultural products are exported through this port. They are exported through this port. So this is regarding the transport. So now please wait, I'll show some images. So transport. So means of transport. So transport is responsible for the physical movement of materials between point in supply chain At the heart of the logistic are transport vehicles moving from goods. The supply of this supplier between suppliers and the customers. So mode of transport. Oh, I think one more pipeline transport is there. So it is a new concept. So next year we'll study regarding the pipeline transport. So these are the mode of transport. The process of moving item from point to point has been transport. So road transport. So these are the highway. So it is a 6-lane highway. You can see the 6-lane highway. Three coming, three going. So these are the major highways of Karnataka. Major highways of Karnataka. So this one, NH4, has been, I think already NH4 and NH7. NH4, the NH7 is there. NH7. So it is a 4-lane highway. So it's a 2-lane. So Bangalore to Kodaikanal, NH209. Bangalore to Kodaikanal, NH209. So it's a 4-lane road. So this is the National Highway, NH17, from Kochi to till Panvel it moves in Maharashtra. So rail transport. So these are some railway tracks, beautiful sceneries, Konkan Railway, I will say. So the useful of railway transport, you can see there. So I think this you are knowing, I think, Dudhsagar Falls. This railway route has been constructed by the British itself. So railway station. So train coming from the going in the inside the tunnel. So Namma Metro, a new railway project. So Dan's chief minister has been inaugurated it. So this is a bullet train. Till now it has to come towards the India. Air transport. So Devanahalli International Airport. So now it is being called as Kempegowda International Airport. Water transport. So you can see these are the major ports of Karnataka. So the Karwar port, and here comes the Bangalore port. So these are some of the how in the ports, harbors. So transport. So this is the pipeline. So still now it has been not introduced. In some other country it has been introduced for the transportation of the gas, water, and the oils from one place to another. So this is regarding the transport. So now, if you are having any doubt, you can message me. You can message me or you can call me. So whole lesson, complete exercise is there for the complete exercise is there. So the complete thing, whatever is there. So exercise, 5 filling the blanks are there, and 5 question answers are there, and 5 math of following are there. So all has to be done. So morning till before 10 o'clock. So today, before 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. So you have to send your homework. Okay? Any doubts, you can call me. So now I'll end the meeting. So science class will be going on next.